Good morning and welcome back to the Higher Grounds podcast for another morning minute meditation. I want to bring you a thought out of Genesis chapter number 18. Of course, the Lord and I believe two angels came to visit Abraham in the hot time of the day, so to speak. And during that time, they revealed to Abraham and to Sarah that she's going to be with child, be that promised seed of Isaac. And we know the story there. But then we see the Lord and those two angels begin to look towards Sodom. Beginning in verse number 16 of chapter number 18. And all of a sudden, this question is made in verse 17. The Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him." And there's a question mark at the end of verse 18. And then it says this in verse 19. "For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him." When I read that, my first thought is this: God could trust Abraham. We all, as Christians, believe 110% that God will never leave us nor forsake us. He'll never let us down. We sing and we shout and we preach about the fact that God is faithful, and He is. Faithful is He that promised. He will do what He promised. God is faithful. But here's the question I want to ask you today. You and I, we can trust Jesus, but can Jesus trust you? Now you say, "Preacher, what are you getting at?" Well, I believe this passage is telling us that God could trust Abraham. God says this, the Lord does in verse 19, "For I know him," talking about Abraham, "that he will command his children and his household after him." What He's saying is, I can trust Abraham. I can tell him what I'm going to do because Abraham is going to be faithful to do what I've asked him to do. And so I want to leave you with this thought this morning. We can trust Jesus, but can Jesus trust us? I don't know what God has entrusted in you. I don't know the will of God for your life. I don't know what all God is doing in your life. But let me ask you this question. Can God trust you? Thank God we can trust Him and He is faithful. But are we faithful? Can God trust you? This has been a morning minute meditation from the Higher Grounds podcast. You have a blessed day.